but I put myself on cruise control.
Hey queens and shout out to my king Sue. Welcome back to the Malian Rain. My name is Salimatou. You can call me Sali, whatever floats your boat. So today I'm back with another video. Today what I'm going to be doing is something a little bit different than what I typically do. But my girl Bintu, hey girl, she requested that I do like a college series, like a college advice series. So here it is. The first episode of this series is basically going to talk about roommates, how to pick your roommates, and like how to deal with roommates. So a little bit of background on me. I am in my second year of grad school, so I've been through a lot of school. I lived in a lot of dorms. I've moved a lot. So like, and I was an RA for about 3 years or something like that. So I have a bit of experience in this particular realm of things. Freshman year I had a roommate. And we went to high school together, so we were good friends. We're still good friends now. So that situation worked out well. You know how some people say like that you shouldn't room with your friends. That could work sometimes, and sometimes it doesn't work. So it just depends. But I'll get into that soon. The second semester of sophomore year, I became an RA, so I got my own room. So I didn't really have to deal with like roommates for the rest of my college career. So yeah, then I graduated, came to grad school, had my own room, first year grad school, but then that was too expensive, so now I have 2 roommates and I'm living off campus. So this is my first like apartment off campus. You do have a lot of options when it comes to like, do you want to live on campus, do you want to live off campus, do you want a single, do you want a double, do you want a triple. They have like rooms where there's like 6 people live in the room, so there are a lot of different options. So definitely I say first look at your school and see what they have to offer. But let's just go ahead into the first tip. Who should you room with? So this can be a little hard for some people, because do you room with your friends, do you room with strangers, do you room with acquaintances? They all will have different vibes. The advice that I hear typically is like room with people who you can just have that roommate relationship with, so that you don't mess up friendships. That can be true and false, like, because I don't know, I think it just depends on the people, to be honest, because a lot of the situations that I've seen as an RA, a lot of them were friends and some of them were able to, you know, handle things on their own, and then some of them needed my help. So it just depends. Like, you gotta know what your relationship is like when you're friends with somebody. Like, do you think you can live with that person? Do you guys like have similar basically like similar ways of living? Because and for instance, that means like do you wake up early, do you go to sleep early, do you go to sleep late, do you like to play loud music, what else, like do you clean up after yourself like immediately after you make a mess? Is your place messy? Like, so you gotta talk about all of that stuff before you actually room with someone, whether they are a friend or whether they are a stranger. And I know sometimes there's like the thought, oh yeah, like when I go to college my roommate is gonna be my best friend. That's most likely not gonna happen. I mean, in some instances it does and it works out perfectly, but in a lot of cases it ain't gonna happen. There's somebody that you live with, y'all could be cordial, y'all could be friends if you would like, but everybody don't come into it with that mindset, so be careful of that. Number 2 is, what do you do this summer before you move in? So the summer before you move in, you should definitely be contacting your roommate so that you can like figure out who's going to bring what, because you don't want double of things, you know, like double things that you're gonna share, because the room is small, so y'all need to conserve space as much as y'all can. So definitely talk to your roommate and coordinate with them, figure out when they're gonna move in, when you're gonna move in, so you don't like clash and things like that. Hopefully I'll do a what to bring to college video, inshallah, so that y'all can know like the stuff that y'all don't really need and the stuff that you do need, because there's a lot of stuff that you see that like Bebe Beyond would like promote, but you don't really need all of that stuff, to be quite honest. Okay, so number 3, when you're actually moved in with the roommate and y'all are both there, like, you know, y'all done settled down, y'all done put up your posters and everything is settled. Now what I recommend that you guys do is to make up a roommate agreement, or just to have like well, for first years I would say a roommate agreement, because then you'll have it down on paper and you're able to go back to it and refer to it just in case you need to later on in the year. So basically what a roommate agreement is that it'll have a whole list of things that you all will agree on. So like who's gonna take out the trash, which days, like cleaning schedule type of things. Are lights out at a certain time? Are you gonna share food? Are you gonna share clothes? What else? Things like that. So down below I'll link a roommate agreement so y'all can see like exactly the type of things that are on there. But that is one thing that I definitely recommend for first years, even like seniors. If you're moving in with a new roommate, definitely have a set of standards or rules that you have inside of your room or your apartment or whatever, because things could start to get a little messy. And like if someone keeps doing something that the other person doesn't like but they don't know, the other person is gonna build up, and then one little thing is gonna blow up. So that, here's another tip, is to when something comes up, speak about it then. I don't recommend waiting until it just starts to build with guests, like who can stay inside the room or the apartment. If anybody can stay inside the room or the apartment, if they can spend the night, how many nights can they spend the night? Because like sometimes it can get out of control where one roommate may want to like have their boyfriend or girlfriend over all the time, and that can get annoying for the other person. So I feel like from the beginning these standards need to be addressed, so that once it happens you're not like, oh my gosh, like how do I bring this up and things like that. You know, you should bring it up from jump. Okay, that's the RA in me. Just nip it in the bud from the beginning. Okay, so an example that I had of this when I was an RA, I think it was my first year as an RA. I had a suite of girls who had trouble with like who was gonna take out the trash, and as soon as we went ahead and did the roommate agreement, everything was fine and dandy because they knew exactly what the schedule was that they should be doing it. So you need to hold up your end of the bar. You need to hold up your end of the agreement, and your roommate also needs to hold up their end of the agreement for it to work. So that's why at the end of the roommate agreement you sign, so that you're saying I'm gonna do this. So yeah, it takes responsibility from both parts. So number 4, generally just be respectful. Do the things that you will want your roommates to do to you. Well, I can't necessarily say that because everybody doesn't think the same, so never mind, scratch that. But just be respectful of each other's space, each other's time, each other's things, because a reality is not everyone grows up the same way that you do. They weren't raised the same way that you do. Some of the people that I came across as an RA, some of them had their own room their whole life, so they never had to share a room with anyone, and they never knew how to really, you know, interact in that type of setting. So that needs to be not necessarily taught, but they need to learn. You know, they kind of taught. Yeah, they need to learn how to interact in that type of setting. Some people, they've always shared a room, and they know how to, you know, give people space when they need it. Some of them don't. So like, this is just to say that not everybody grows up the same way, so not everybody is going to react to the same things in the same way. So one thing that one person does that may seem like, oh my god, why would they ever do that? That probably never even crossed their mind, because in their head or in their reality, that's not something that's bad. So I think when it comes to that, we just need to be patient with each other and just like try to work through it. It's hard though. The RA in me is saying go to your RA when you're in doubt. This is for people who live on campus. Obviously not everybody is going to have an RA if you do the apartment thing, but if you are in an apartment, maybe get like a third person who can be a neutral person that can help y'all, you know, mediate the problem. If you are in student housing, definitely go to your RA. That's what they're there for. We love to see y'all. We love to throw programs for y'all and, like, you know, just like help y'all whenever y'all need it. So don't ever be afraid to go to your RA. But if your RA isn't somebody that you really mesh with very well, because to be honest, not all RAs are good. If they aren't somebody that you mesh with well, find another one on a different floor in a different building that you can speak to, or go to your coordinators. All my coordinators were super cool, so like there are people there who are there to support you, so go out and seek that help if you feel like you need it. So I just felt that it was necessary to say that. If you all have any other questions about this, definitely comment them down below, and add some tips that you all have from if you already have those roommates. If you're first year now, you're probably like what, 2 months in. Share your stories down below and like share your tips so that we all can help each other. And definitely let me know if you want me to do a part 2 of this, but like ask me questions of what you would want me to include. But yeah, this was fun. I like doing this video actually. So comment down below also the other type of college series videos that you would like for me to do, and I'll try to get to them ASAP. And be sure to subscribe down below for more videos like this, and hit the notification bell so that you're notified whenever I post new videos. Give this video a thumbs up so I know that you liked it. And yes, thanks so much for watching, and I hope to see y'all next time.